Hey guys, welcome back to El Earth Angel 50. Let's get another message started. Let's start out with the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me, the love of God enfolds me, the power of God protects me. And the presence of God watches over me wherever I am, God is. Let me cleanse this space out real quick. I had to give me some more cones here. Hope you guys are doing amazing. It's been raining here all day. I haven't even been out today. I need to go. I do need to go out and grab a few things. All right. Pull that up. Get it set up there right. Okay, boom. There we go. Sometimes I can't always get it on there like that in one go. You want it to fall off. But I hope that you guys are doing well. All right. I've had these cards prepared for about a day or so. So we can just go ahead and get right into the message. I don't think I'm gonna pull anything from the Greatest Thy Faithfulness book today. I think we'll do some love and light. Should be pretty quiet here. Hopefully I can get through the reading. Fur babies are chilling in the other room. I'll be wanting to record in there, but they just be doing the most, and it's just everywhere they go. Look at Pac. Pac like, what is going on now in the energy? Love me some Tupac. What's going on in the energy, y'all? Let's find out. We're about to find out what's going on in the energy. I love this shirt. I love the way. I love the look on his face in this shirt. Sometimes when I look at it, it gives me, like he's really thinking, like what's going on or what's wrong with people. Okay, because I observe some things when I'm out and about, and sometimes I'll comment, sometimes I don't say anything. Other times I kind of get tickled by other people's comments and reactions to things. But for the most part, when I'm out and about, I meet a lot of really beautiful people. Come across a little bit of ignorance sometimes, but I try not to let that bother me too much. I don't know if it was my fault or the other person's fault, but I had made a traffic error. So the person flipped me off, right? And instead of me flipping them back, I just kind of fussed a little bit in my car, because if they were in my blind spot, I didn't see them. It was almost like, how you have those situations in traffic where someone comes out of nowhere, but then he gonna try to brake check me. Okay, well, what the hell is that gonna do? So you want me to hit you? Still want me to hit you? You still want to cause an accident? Just the ignorance of it all. Okay, so I just kind of was like, all right. And then my son gonna make a comment. I said, you know what, boy, it happens. We're human. Sometimes things happen. But if you like, I'll do something in my car to respond to it, but not in a way that is gonna cause any further aggression or whatever. Because if you don't see a person, if you don't happen to see something, it's an accident. It's an accident. I don't think that anybody well, maybe some people do, but I'm not trying to purposely get out here and have an issue in traffic, okay? And I don't want y'all to get out here and have an issue in traffic. Even sometimes when I do the like little story times in my car, I'm doing that safely. Like I'm paying attention to the traffic. I can talk to you guys and do the messages in the car. I know there's probably people that be like, oh, she driving and she, yeah, but I'm being cautious and careful at the same time. Very safe driver, but I know that people do things intentionally. People do things intentionally to try to cause traffic incidents, and it's pretty sad. Okay. All right, so I got that all out the way. But let's do some love and light here. Let's pull a couple love and light cards. That's what I feel like I wanted to do to get started here. And then I'm gonna let Spirit guide me on which one of these homemade decks that I'm gonna start with, and then I also let Spirit guide me. And I I might stay on camera with y'all today. Let me go on here. Stay on camera with y'all today. But I love y'all. Okay. Even if y'all don't love me back. I didn't put my Bluetooth on because I was like, I think somebody's trying to tap into, because sometimes I find the weirdest things that I've never seen on my phone before. Like when I had talked about the Johnny Appleseed thing. Now I know that that is a placeholder for, I believe, Google. But there's also some weird things with Google where there's ways that they can, something about tripping you up so that you're logged in multiple places in Google, or you can be logged in multiple places in Google. And I think people are able to kind of hack that in some kind of way. That may be how some of you are getting hacked, even through your other devices, your television sets. Because all those things now have browser, because I kept getting something reading about browser, your internet browser. Now, I use my internet browser a lot of times. Like I search a lot of different things, even within what sometimes when I'm looking up stuff for messages or other things. It may not have anything to do with me personally, but it could be something that I might be interested in researching a little bit more because it's coming up, excuse me, in a message. Ooh. All right, those flew out right away. So let's see what we have here. Let me try to read them to see if I don't want to have to put my glasses on, but let me see if I'm able to read it. No, I'm gonna have to put my glasses on, you guys, because my vision. What did I do with them? Oh, here they are. Oh, sorry about that. Blooper reel. Okay. All right, I think I've gotten these before. Make time to work, rest, and play. We were filled with laughter and we sang for joy. Psalms 126 and 2. Okay. And then I also got take care of little things. The river of God has plenty of water. It provides a bountiful harvest of grain for you. Have ordered it so. Psalm 65 and 9. Okay, that's also beautiful. I think I've gotten both of those before. Those are our love and light cards to get us started. Okay, and regardless of what's going on, guys, because it's still been, it's been a lot. I've reflected over some things that have happened. I have other people that they want to reflect over things that have happened. I think it's in an effort to try to figure out how to move on as well. Like, because we're human, we struggle with things and how to handle our emotions and how to be able to move forward, because you still got to live. Even if you've gone through some really difficult challenges, you still have to keep living. And there's a lot of ignorant people out there. Okay, they like to engage in negativity. I witnessed it. The other day I was out and I could have sworn that there was somebody, I don't know if the person was recording me, but I was like, why does that man look like he's like staring intently at me and like he was videoing me with his phone? I'm like, that's interesting. But I just went on about my business. I was minding my business, but clearly he was trying to mind mine. But I hope you got what you needed, sir. Okay, because I was just minding my business, okay? Okay. All right. And I try to be polite and happy and, in my good spirits when I'm out. And yeah, I'm human. I get upset. Yes, I do. But I try my best not to take that out onto others, okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards real quick. And I love y'all so much. And for those of you that truly rock with me and support me, despite any negativity that you may have, heard about folks or seen about folks that may not be true. Okay, because I even had to sometimes like things that'll pop up in my feed. I was like, I just ignore it, or you just know something is not right. Like the other day, something intuitive just told me that the story was false because anybody could compile a story. You could take someone's picture, even if it is a mugshot. You could literally take that and turn someone into a whole. They could have committed a misdemeanor crime or something. They could have been arrested for having a warrant or something, an old warrant, or been in jail for something traffic related. Because you can't go to jail for certain traffic related issues, right? And I just feel like someone may be making up fraudulent stories, but blowing things out of proportion. And you know what I would like to say, that the new administration here, y'all know I'm not a political person, but I did make a post about it. I did repost the story because now this stuff is going to, it's been signed into law. Excuse me. All right. I made sure that when I saw that, oh, this cat hair, y'all know how it operates over here. Even if I use the lint brush, it's still everywhere. Okay, and I just bought a new contraption. I'm like, let's see how this one works. I'm sorry, I get so sidetracked. Y'all know me, I'm just being myself. So I apologize. That's just part of my personality. I get sidetracked and start talking about other things. So let me get back to my point. My point was that now these things are going to be considered felonies. There's stiffer penalties for this crime when you are posting certain types of explicit content, especially if it's all made up, like the deep fakes. I spoke on that in a message a while back. I really did. So, shout out to the administration for doing the right thing and finally making stiffer penalties for that type of behavior, because it can greatly affect someone like the first lady. I think she did a really great job of explaining that, of the effects that it can have on a person. So shout out to them. You guys can see it in the post if you so choose. Okay, because I'm not the political person, so I'm not gonna make it a personal issue, but the issue itself is what is important, and that it is being taken seriously. Okay, that's the most important thing. Okay, even unbeknownst to you, some of these things could even be taking place in your very own neighborhoods. Okay, you don't know how many people can be affected by certain things, but something about in your neighborhood. Okay, just be aware, because I know that's very vague, right? In your neighborhood. But okay, in your neighborhood, just keep that in mind, because we got a lot more messages to go. But something about in your neighborhood. Okay, something could be going on in and around your neighborhood. If you guys are close to neighborhood, or even if you're not, you still should be paying attention, alerting those around you, making sure that you're staying on top of things that are going on in and around you. The other day, I had came here later in the evening. I was kind of tired and sore because I had some heavy deliveries yesterday. Okay, I don't complain. I do it, and I do what I gotta do in the meantime until things are sorted out. Because those of us that's missing some money, not that we're greedy or that we're money hungry or anything. You just want what rightfully belong to you, me, and whoever else. Okay, you just want what's rightfully belong to you, so you can, live your life. All right. Okay. Now they are concerned about their kids. Now they are. Okay. Somebody could have even had something in the neighborhood going on with their kids, and I don't ever want to see anybody's families getting ripped apart. But somebody could be facing some pretty stiff consequences, and now they want to be concerned about their kids. Okay. Or someone could have gotten into some sort of trouble, and now they want to be concerned about the kids. So what's going to happen to my kids? Or How am I going to be able to see my kids? I'm not going to be able to take care of my kids. And my kids. Now you want to be concerned about your kids when you should have been concerned about them all the while. And y'all, I'm not judging. Okay, I have children. Parenting is a difficult task. Okay, and we're all different. We're gonna have different parenting styles. But the message is now they're concerned. Okay, and I just feel like they may have taken it for granted. Okay, but now they want to be concerned. Now, I got the name River in school. I don't know if there is a River school. I'm pretty sure there is a River school. A lot of times I'll get things, but I don't really know exactly what that means. I'm hoping that nothing negative is going on at River School. Could be someone that attends River School that may be affected by something here that's going to come out in the message. Someone could work there, or it could be a school that's near a river. Something about River School. Okay, River is a pretty cool name. I know that rest in peace to him. It was an actor. I really always loved his work when he was alive. So rest in peace to him. Love and blessings to his family. But something about River could be a name. All right, people do name. Could be a first, middle, or last name. River. But something here with that. River School. All right, could actually really be a school. River School. They are not your blood relative or friend. Okay. They are not your blood relative. So it could mean it is a friend or somebody. They are not your friend. Okay. Yeah, it's storming outside. It's windy. Very windy. All right, somebody that's not your blood relative, but they could have grown up with you as if they were your relative, but they are not really your blood. A lot of people have blended families, like someone you could come into a relationship and that person already has children. Okay, that's what I mean. That could be one example. So there could be some rivalries is what I'm getting on, or some disagreements, arguments. And that's why I think it's so important if people are going to merge their families together that they make sure. I mean, ultimately, yes, it's a couple that's coming together, but if you have children, you do have to also consider that. Okay, because I'm kind of getting that there could be something going on here within a sibling group, but they may not be blood relatives, or you could find out something about someone, okay, that is not a blood relative, but you all grew up together as, oh, excuse me, I don't know what it is with all this. Oh, y'all, all this burping. Because I wasn't eating anything. Oh, yes, I did. I had a little bit of a gelato before I got started, but I don't know, I was burping. Okay. Something about social circles here. So I feel like there's a group that always is together. You could all frequent or run in the same social circles. You could frequent the same types of places. You guys could go out to eat. So I'm seeing something about social circles. People that, come together. Maybe how people get together every weekend for game day, or maybe you do dinners. There's something significant with that. So coming together in this group, whether it's a place that you go out to and you kind of come together and break bread and have conversation, but social circles, running in the same social circles. Okay, now I'm getting something that I don't like with this, like people coming together in these social circles, but it's the type of I want to say that whatever the conversation is in these social circles and some of the things that are being discussed may not be of the most positive. I'll just say that. I am getting something very specific, but I don't really want to say that because it's very negative. It's almost as if there's some plotting and planning of the sort that's going on. And you know, another thing that's really sad is how people try to avoid accountability for their actions by, I almost don't even want to say this either because I know that there's a lot of heavily publicized things at this time. I'm just praying for those people because you know, we have to be extremely brave. You're very, very brave if you are and have been, because a lot of people have been facing things head on. But there could be certain social circles. That's what I'm getting. People coming together in these social circles to try to, I don't know, like they're trying to avoid accountability or fix something. They're still trying to avoid accountability. They're trying to fix something, but not in a good way. They're not trying to, because if you're avoiding accountability, you're not trying to fix it. You're trying to find a way around it. And so they're coming together in these social circles to try to figure out how to do that. That's the best way for me to say it without saying too much. Okay, and then we got social media back out here again. So something could be taking place on social media. I don't be on there like that. I used to be. Like, I come on here, I do what I do here. I do be in my feed because I get a lot of confirmation in my feed, which I love. But I'm not with it all anymore. And I know that I've been so heavily hacked, and a lot of you have been. It's been a whole hack attack. So it's like it's really a nightmare. Like, social media can be used as a weapon. It's also what I'm hearing. Weaponized, but hopefully with what they have proposed here into law, things will start to hopefully get better, and I'm hoping that they're able to block these things before they can even see the light of day and cause any other further harm, because this is really can affect anyone, but like I just really think about how this can greatly affect a young person. Okay, I'm an adult and I know how it can severely affect, you know, people in a psychological sense. That is part of what they discuss with this legislation. We got a blue vehicle here. Blue vehicle could be significant. I feel like someone may have even been following someone in a blue vehicle. Someone that has a blue vehicle could have been affected by something negative here or could run in one of these social circles. But I had changed my nails to the purple, you guys. I don't know if you can tell because they kind of almost look the same, but look at how pretty that is. But I was getting something about the color purple too. I even wore my other bracelet too. Because I was also getting something with the color purple, and then every time I say that, look, the butterfly, last time I mentioned the color purple, the butterfly was turning purple. And then y'all know I love my amethyst as well. Okay. But a blue vehicle, someone could be following you or have sat outside your home or something like that stalker vibes. Okay. It's so weird, you guys. I could never think to do that. Now, in my younger time, I will say that, look, it's just real. I got into it with my spouse at the time, and I was looking for that ninja. Okay? So I guess that can kind of be considered a little stalkerish. But I was looking for him because I'm like, I know you own some. But you know what? I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not looking for nobody. I'm not stalking nobody because I'm not stalking anyone because I'm not a stalker. I'm not a psychopath. Okay. So if anybody said that I was, I'm not. I am not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now we all a little special in our own way. Okay, everybody's special in their own way because you're your own unique self, right? But no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about certifiable. Okay, I'm talking about that kind. No, that's not me, baby. I met the sweetest lady the other day in the store too, She tickled me. I did have a nice little chuckle with her. But she was like, oh, don't mind me. I'm talking to myself. I said, yeah, I do that sometimes too. That don't mean you're crazy. Nothing wrong with a little self-talk. Kind of helps keep you organized, you know. It doesn't mean you're crazy. Okay. So shout out to you, ma'am. Whoever you were. All right. Somebody could be an OG here. We got OGs in the energy. I feel like I've gotten this before. Somebody's name could be old school, or somebody could call somebody and be like, hey, what's up, old school? And I don't know if this is really like a person or this how they spell it. And that's their nickname, old school. Okay. I don't know if it's this person with a blue vehicle. Not sure, y'all. But I got an OG. All right. Maybe they're part of this, whatever this social group is. Okay. Because a lot of social circles. It doesn't mean that you're in any type of group or cult. You could just all come together to fellowship, you know. Excuse me, I remember a long time ago, long time ago, like my dad would, or some of his people, they would get together and they would order remember when you order the wrestle, I think they probably still do that, right? Wrestling events, and everybody would come together and you know, potluck and fellowship and watch the wrestling events, WrestleMania. People do that for the fight. What's the big one that's coming up? Oh, what is it? Oh my God, I can't think of their names right now. But the two boxers that are going to be going up against one another, because my son is a huge boxing fanatic. Okay, I actually have a quote over here. I've had this quote for a long time from Muhammad Ali: "Don't count the days, make the days count." Okay, that's what it said. When I was a supervisor, I used to have that hanging up in my office. All right. They believe the lies here. So there's somebody here that may have fallen for some type of lies that were being told. Okay, it could have been about you, could have been about someone that you know. I feel like these lies are, if they've not already been proven untrue, they will be. Okay, now depending upon what these lies and slanderous types of things are, you know, this could really cause a lot of problems in someone's life. Like I said, with the example of some of these things that people are doing on social media. Because I don't know, maybe that's why that man was recording me. Because I'm like, why does that man look like he recording me? He might not have been, y'all. But intuitively, I just, you know how you feel somebody watching? I just looked up. What is he, man? I'm like, I don't know. If he was, he was. If he wasn't, I don't know. But just imagine, though, if somebody believes something about you and then other people go and they continue to go with that and it just balloons out of control. Like the other day, I think in a message, I used the phrase spread like wildfire. So just imagine the impact of that if people just continue to share and spread that. But it's all false, okay? Now, can we hold everybody accountable for that? Probably not, especially if they fell, you know, if they fell for something that was false, okay? Pretty much if that happened to you, all you can do is apologize, because it happens to the best of us where we fall for things that are perceived to be true, but then it's not really what it seems. But they all believe the lies. So that's giving me like a pretty sizable amount of people believed these lies, okay? And unfortunately, you know, you're left with regret. They're left in regret. Okay, some of you may even get some apologies. Something may have happened like on someone's job even, and could have potentially cost them their job, and they had to have been apologized to. Or like I had just mentioned a story that popped up in my feed, and it was very heartbreaking. But they had lied on that lady, and they did apologize to her for that, because she was wrongly accused. So I do feel like there are some people that will be sincerely in regret. Now, how they choose to, because it can be an awkward thing, you know, how do you, I'm sorry I fell for that lie that they told about you. Like, you know, it's kind of awkward thing to apologize for someone. I just think that just moving forward, just making better decisions and not continuing to fall into those traps. Okay, we have supportive here, so somebody could be even offering you some support or being more supportive because of a situation like that. Okay, supportive. Somebody could even do work to where they're sort of a caregiver, they're supportive, they may be some sort of support. I'm hearing support staff. Okay, they could be an assistant. Okay, somebody could even be clearing up something within an office, some sort of mishap. Something could have been a clerical error, could have even caused a great deal of concern. Like, just imagine like something the minorest, that's not what I meant to say, a minor mishap, or even missing a comma, a zero, or at, like, I just feel like there's something here where there was some sort of error, could have even been some sort of clerical error, or something happening, okay, that caused some type of problem. Could have kind of spiraled out of control, but had to all be cleared up. Okay, so some supports. That's what I just feel like you're gonna have some supportive things happening in and around you to clear up, if it has not already been done. Some things are going to be being cleared up in your favor. All right, now I want to clear something up about one of my past messages that I did. It was one of my more recent messages where I had used the word objective, and I meant not being objective. Okay, I think I misspoke. And remember how I told you we're perfectly imperfect, and sometimes we don't always get it right. But not being objective. Okay, influenced by your personal. Okay, that's when we allow our personal opinions to get in the way, and that's not very professional. Okay, and I know that sometimes that can be a little bit difficult, but if you're working in a professional setting, you really have to set your personal feelings to the side. Now, I know that I'm going to just use this for an example, and I really don't care how people feel about it, but I talk about my support. I'm supportive. I'm not of the LGBTQ plus community. I'm not. I am a heterosexual female. Okay. But there will be people that, because that is something that they don't personally believe in, or that they would never support, that they may hold some sort of negative judgment towards someone because someone may be aware that they are part of that community, and they could be negative. Like, I just have love for everybody, and I don't judge people based on things like that. It's not my business. It's not my place to do so. Okay, but I know that there are some people that they just hate on whatever, and that's why I use that one as an example, because I know that that's a big one for a lot of people. But I support everybody. You be yourself. Be yourself. Do you? And I know that it takes a lot for some people to do that, to be brave and be bold and be themselves. Okay, but someone may not be being objective here, okay, about something. All right, and I'm just being called to say that someone may just need to just really think about something, go over the facts, use facts. That's what this needs to be based on. The facts, not about someone's personal beliefs. When I'm doing messages, or when I talk about certain people, places, and things, even I have to check myself sometimes, and I try to always tell you if it is my personal opinion and it's not coming from Spirit, the message, so that I am clear, okay? But when I present this here, these are messages that Spirit gives me. if I'm telling you my personal opinion, I really try to make it clear that I'm giving you my personal opinion. Okay? All right. But when you are being subjective, it is influenced by your personal feelings, taste, or personal feelings or taste. Okay? Or it's your own opinion. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with you guys somewhere, somehow, some way, but somebody just needs to just really take all of that out of it. Take out their personal opinion, not to be influenced by their personal opinion, just base it solely on facts. Okay? All right. You could be polar opposites from this individual. Polar opposites. Now I'm feeling a lot of y'all. I had prayed to Spirit. I said, please, God, I was like, please take this away, because I was getting those feelings again, like feeling other people's pain, and it's happening in my right hand. I don't know if there's something going on with somebody's right hand. Somebody has an injury to the right hand. What do you call those things that people wear on their, what do you call those? Somebody could have a brace. That's what it is, a brace. Or some sort of physical pain in their hands. And they left. I don't know, somebody may have arthritis or carpal tunnel. So I was feeling something here too in my wrist. It's gone. That is so weird how that happens, y'all. Ooh, that tripped me out. Got polar opposites here though. You could actually meet someone. Well, they say opposites attract, but you can meet someone and you guys could be polar opposites, but it's gonna be a great combination. I don't know what that is all about, but polar opposites. Okay, even what I was saying about not getting someone not putting their opinions all in something. Like, some people, I feel like it might even not just be a pair, but some people could be coming together and you could be like polar opposites, completely totally different people, but it's gonna be great. It's something great is going to happen because of it. Okay, because I like to think that we're all a lot more alike than we are different. Okay, because a lot of people might say, oh, well, I don't listen to hip hop. I would never listen to hip hop. Like, people like, who is that? Who is that? We can't just assume that everybody knows who Pac is. Okay, and some people might even be surprised of how many different genres of music that I actually enjoy. And again, things that are polar opposites of what type of music this is. But something about that too as well, like polar opposites. Groups of people could be coming together that are polar opposites, but the outcome of whatever this is that they're going to do together, I feel like they're going to be working together on something. Okay. Now this is coming out here again, so there must be something with children. And like even when I got this message here, make time to rest and play. Somebody may even want to do that more with their kids. Like, actually, we send our kids outside. I don't know, I used to do it when I was a mom. But I also played with my kids, okay? And I was a former teacher, so yeah, you play directly with the kids. You don't just send them to go play. Sometimes you play with them, okay? Thinking ahead, your future, your children's future. Someone could even be doing some planning right now in regards to their children's future. But it's because something has happened and now they want to be concerned about their children. I'm hoping that I don't want to pick up too much more on their energy, y'all, because I'm hoping that this is nothing bad. I am feeling like there's going to be some form of a separation, and that's always sad, because I think I didn't even fully speak on that. I never like to see that or hear about that, like where kids and families and things have to be separated from one another. But there could have been something like that going on too, where maybe a parent, one or multiple, may be separated from their children. Okay. Or there could have even been something that was not something that's really taken the, it could have been a temporary thing. So I don't know if this could have been some type of accident that happened and now it's making someone more, sometimes when we have those experiences, it does make you kind of more grateful. That's really what I want to say. More grateful for what you have. So now someone could be wanting to think ahead now about their future and their children's future. So they could be putting some things in place after a difficult, I just feel like something difficult may have happened. Could have been some sort of accident, fire, car accident. Something could have even been some sort of freak accident and a miracle, some sort of miracle could have occurred. All right. There could be a passed over loved one here, possibly someone's brother or other loved one. I was leaning more towards brother, a passed over brother. Okay, this could be somebody's angel right now. That's watching, heavily watching over somebody here, or an other loved one. Someone's loved ones are surrounding them. Okay, they may send you signs. I know for me, a lot of times, I'll talk about birds, but the bird that keeps showing up for me lately is robin. I was going to take it out the deck. Here it is. I may still see if I can pull one out the deck. I think robin is there's a robin in the spirit animal deck. Let me just set it right here. I don't want to make this one last too long, so I'll pull that one if I have time. But something about a passed over brother or loved one. I feel like something could be more recent for someone. Someone could be really grieving. But I'm getting like angels here as well. Like somebody's passed over loved one or brother. Something specific about a brother could be watching over someone. We got a major bust. Okay. An arrest warrant could have been granted for some sort of major bust. I don't know what that is really, but there's so much going on in our world, y'all. Here goes energy again about somebody not getting their information straight, relied on the wrong person or wrong people for information they thought was valid and it wasn't. Yeah, you really do. That's why you need to do your own research instead of listening to other folk. Okay. People will give you the wrong information. Sometimes they give you the wrong information on purpose to steer you away from what's right. Also, I'm just getting something about people, again, trying to steer you away from the right way. They're trying to send you in the opposite direction so you miss what you're supposed to see, what you're supposed to receive even. Because I know that, like I told y'all, which they still keep trying to make it seem like they can't help. But I know, how you just know something is off. Like you didn't receive the information. You didn't get it. Okay, you're not getting the information. And you may even be relying on people to give you. They're not going to give you the information. I'm trying to tell you. But there could even be relied the wrong people for valid information. They're not going to give you the information. They don't want you to have the information. You could have missed some very, very important information. Y'all, and it's still something, I don't know why this keeps coming up. I know I have my own personal connection to cobblestone, but now everywhere I go, I see it. But it's something about an older school style. Like this old school. It could even be something that's like, how like you do upgrades. Now the homes are some homes are more modern. This is giving me like something that was built, or things that were built a long time ago, like a more older school type cobblestone. And I promise you, like, I don't know what it is. I don't know who's trying to send me a message, but I'm seeing it everywhere. And I think I'll be pinpointed, like, because every time I come up on it, I'm like, oh, there it is again. Oh, there it is again. So it's some, I don't know, did somebody passed over a loved one trying to send a message? I don't know if they were a builder, if they owned a lot of real estate. I don't know what it is. Somebody trying to send a message. Okay, vindication for a loved one. Vindication for a loved one. So again, could be misinformation because I said supportive up here too. So this is going along with this vindication for a loved one. Okay, someone has support now. Their loved one's going to be vindicated. This could even be someone who's no longer here. You know how like people are falsely accused, or people will slander folks, and it's wrong. I feel like that's what's going on here. Vindication. Somebody's trying to get vindication for a loved one, and you will get it. So just imagine your loved one is no longer here, and someone may have accused them a long time ago. That person's going to get vindication because I'm getting that. Like someone may not even be here to receive the vindication, but their family's going to get vindication for them. Or this could be vindication for somebody that passed away, and I don't know, it's something, I don't like that. Like somebody passed away, but something happened. Something happened to them. So someone's loved one. That's all I just keep getting. Somebody's loved one is going to be vindicated. Light to dark complected indigenous people. Okay, there could even be some vindication here, because there's a lot of people, indigenous people, that were done wrong, guys. A lot of indigenous people that were like these people were murdered. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but there was 187, y'all. Or like just things taken from them. That not only just their lives, but their land, their artifacts. I've spoke on this before, but it's something about that coming up too as well. So that could even be these passed over loved ones that are angels and they're watching over. They're going to be vindicated in some kind of way for their loved ones that are still here on the earthly realm. Damn, it's really them. Somebody could see someone that they haven't seen in a long time and, be so excited to chop it up with them. They get excited like that. Damn, that's really them. Or someone could see someone, I don't know, they could see someone that I almost said iconic. Damn, it's really them. Maybe that's what it is. Somebody may see somebody famous that they know. Damn, it's really them. See somebody up close and personal and get really, really excited. Like little kids. Where was I one time? I was at an event for a place that I used to work, and the kids all got excited because they got to see one of their favorite, I'll just say, sports stars. Okay, and that kind of excitement, like somebody getting really, really excited to see someone that they look up to. Flashing lights. Okay, flashing lights here. So these flashing lights could mean like an emergency. I think I kind of already spoke on that. Major bust. But also what I'm getting is they may not even come in with these flashing lights. They may do it in a very subtle way, as to not cause so they don't know they don't see that it's coming. These mofos are and were ruthless, already exterminated. Something going down, y'all. And I know these are general messages and predictions, so y'all take it how it fits for you. But sure enough, these mofos, this is just giving me that people always own that mess. These mofos are and were ruthless. Okay? But I don't know if this is like something that's ongoing somewhere, because I feel like this is a major group that always was into some stuff. Okay? They always were ruthless, because I got in the past and now, so something going on. So some of them could have already been taken down, because they are, I got spirit wanted me to reiterate that. Already exterminated. So something's already, I guess, being figured out. Now, I got some names here, so I don't know if you're affected by some of this. Okay, or you could be an angel. Okay, you could work or be in regret. You could work as a support system. I hope you're not the one keeping up this mess on social media. All right, you could be an indigenous or be part of an indigenous ancestry. Okay, but I hope that these names, you're not involved in any type of negativity. All right, but I got the names Tasha, Tony, Donna, Angie, Kathy, Sue. I don't know if it's Kristen or Christina. Kristen. But you guys, first, middle, last, Sharon, Amanda. Right? All very general names. Okay, so only take what fits for you. Alright, doesn't mean that you did anything bad. But if you did, if you was involved in some karmic activity, oh well, you just were. I got the names Tanya, Nancy, Renee, Turner, and Diamond. Okay. First, middle, or last. Okay, hopefully you are not out here being a whole clown. But if you were in the past, maybe you're in regret about some things. Maybe you're forgiving yourself. You're doing better now. I'm not sure. Okay. Then I got. Okay, now. Y'all know that I say that men can be the B word too, right? But somebody may call them Mitches. Okay. Which is basically a male B. That's why I wrote it like that. Okay, I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna be good now. I ain't gonna cuss now. Y'all see I did mofo. I've been trying to clean it up. All right. Something about the 35th, 35th Street, because there's no 35th in the month, but something about 35th. It could be the street. The east side of the town. East. No, something else with this 35. I don't know if that could be part of a. I don't know. That's a very long wait list if you would be 35th on a wait list, because I am hearing wait list, 35th. 35th on a list, or it could be a list and you're number 35 on that list. I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know. You guys don't resonate with the messages oftentimes, so, but hopefully somehow, somewhere, some way this means something to you guys, because somehow, somewhere, some way, y'all, this stuff be true. And we got a bullies, adult or children. So again, hopefully you're not the one that's out here creating the negativity, but I do pick up on both energies at times. Okay? Because y'all know I can't stand a bully. I just can't. But it was already out here, social media. Somebody could even be in regret. Somebody could even be, now discussing this with their children. Now they concerned about the kids. There could have even been a group of kids that may have had to have been disciplined. They may have even been suspended from school, or y'all know on the worst end of that, you're expelled. Okay, I don't know how deep this was, but something here about bullies, adults and children, and even this could even be what I got, y'all. Even some adults doing this to actual kids, and that's even worse. This doesn't even necessarily have to mean that this took place in any type of school setting either. But I did have river school here. All right, y'all, that's the message. Should we get some characteristics here? And let's see if we can find this Robin first, because I want to keep this under our power. I'm realizing that I need to get going too. I have something I'm supposed to be doing, but For whatever reason, people are trying to make it difficult for me to do what I need to do still. Maybe I don't have a Robin card. I thought I did. There's a lot of birds in here. But if I don't have one, you guys, you can look it up for yourself, the meaning of the robin. Because I know that here in the springtime, even sometimes before the spring, I'll see them. But they've been, you know, like they don't fly away. They just be walking around like, hey, how you doing? I don't know. And I'm always drawn to them. So it's like they're trying to send me a message. But no, it's not. I don't have a robin card. I thought I did, but I don't. But you guys can look up that spirit animal. Okay, because that's the spirit animal that I've been seeing a lot of. Oh, and I looked up too, because remember I told you I kept seeing those. Unfortunately, they have met their demise already. But raccoons is not actually a negative. At least the way I gathered it, once I looked it up, I forgot to write it down. But when I read it, it wasn't a negative meaning. It just kind of was like, I feel like if I remember correctly, something about transitioning. But because we know that when you pass, and death is a transition. You know, death doesn't always have to have like a negative connotation behind it. All right, but that has been the message. I don't know if I should do some who is it or if I should just let y'all go on, because I think that was a pretty self-explanatory message. And again, these are general messages. Please only take what fits for you. All right. But whatever's going on at the school, okay, I'm just really praying. I'm not picking up on that, but I'm praying that it's not anything that's going to turn to anything that's hostile or an emergency situation, but something with River School or the name River. Or it could just be someone lives near, in and around a river. Okay. I don't know if somebody could even own some property. Or someone owns a property or lives on a property by the river. That could be it too. Or you could be affected by something. By something with a river. Or you could relate to something that you could live in around or near a river, and you could relate to something that I talked about in the message here. I don't know, spirits keep guiding me almost every message. I was about to close, but I don't know, let's see if we can get some characteristics here. But something to right away. This one's flat today. Exaggerated features. And I did talk about my LBG. I can never say that properly. LGBTQ plus community. Okay, so it could be from that community. Because I am kind of getting like drag queen vibes off of that. And I know that that's not always what I get when I pull that card, but that's what I'm getting right now. Okay, somebody could be of that community. All right, that could have some that could resonate with that message. What's that? Mature, because they wanted to come out right away. Okay, somebody could be mature, like I mean, like you're mature, you're a mature person. You don't necessarily have to be an older individual, because all older individuals are not mature. I've met some people, they act just like children. All right, somebody could be very nicely dressed, or you could be approached by someone nicely dressed. Why is this person with this square face coming out in reverse here? It might be a bully. That's what Spirit just told me. Somebody with a square face. They might like to be a bully. Could be an adult. They don't have to be a child. They look like a child. But hopefully it's not an adult bullying a child. A lot of people have tattoos, but they kind of came out kind of sideways. So And this person, this is back tattoos. Somebody could have tattoos on the back or arm here that could resonate with parts of this message. Take a few more and then I'll let y'all go on about your way. But please like, share, and subscribe if you like what I do here. All right, and don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for the okie doke, y'all. And for those of you that really truly support and rock with me and know that I don't mean nobody no harm, I'm not bothering nobody. I love y'all, even if you don't love me back. Okay, I thank you. I appreciate y'all. Okay, I really do. Somebody may like to wear braids in their hair. Somebody may even like to put, she has some beautiful red hair. Somebody could have auburn or red hair braids. And it doesn't have to necessarily be, anyone could, even if it's just a braid or two. Anybody could do a braid in the hair. It could be a single braid. You could have braids all over your hair. Or somebody with braids could be affected or resonate with parts of the skin. Because I don't know, it'd probably be highly unlikely that you're resonate with the whole message. Like markings. Yeah, somebody here came out in reverse, but I talked about that the other day, that the markings even could have, because I talked about indigenous people and I looked it up, that the markings can have some sort of religious meaning. Okay, and different markings can have different meanings to different cultures or religions. They could be the same marking, but they could have different meanings. That's why we need to be so cautious and not jump to conclusion. Okay, be women here involved in this message. All right, because I heard something about somebody getting upset about somebody's markings, but you have to ask. If you don't know, ask. Fun colored hair here. Somebody with fun colored hair. So not your traditional color, okay? So somebody could have like purple, pink, blue wig. You know what? I just see Smurfette. Somebody with purple. Why I keep saying purple? Something about purple. Somebody may have purple in their hair, but blue, because Smurfette, she had blue. Smurfette. I don't know, somebody might really like the Smurfette, but I did say something at the top of the message about blue, the color blue, and somebody in a blue car, somebody in a white car too. They had some blue hair. I hope they ain't no stalker. I hope they not no bully. I don't want y'all to be doing nothing bad. Somebody could have coarse or curly hair that could resonate with parts of this message, and she's just so gorgeous. These pictures are absolutely gorgeous. Okay. A few more and then. Oh, she wanted to come out straight hair. Somebody wear their hair straight. Yeah, I'm about ready to change my hair again too. Anything else for you? Any other characteristics of people for this message? Anybody else for you? Who is this? Man. Okay, we got men and women involved with this message. Men and women. All right, and I think I'm gonna just leave it at that. All right, but I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next message. Bye.